Let me fucking...
Yeah, he wanted out.
Well, gee, I know how to get the trucks in a matter of 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, how do I mute him? Man, how do you mute the other people in the room? Yep, I'm there now. Nope. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got it.
So on the floor for Denver.
Oh man,
Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Farid at the 4. Harris is out there with Moutier.
Oh, the city president.
To the inside. Leonard kicks to Parker. Harris against Green. Inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 3 on 3. And it's Gallinari missing.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
On defense, San Antonio. 4-point game. Gallinari wide open.
Gallinari
drills the three-pointer. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Parker passes to Leonard. It's deflected. Moutier with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. Kicks it to Harris. Dishes to Moutier. Passes it to Jokic. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Farid. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Late reaction,
well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Kawhi. Yes,
and
young
the Spurs last
Kawhi.
season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Harris dishes to Gallinari.
Oh, come on.
Pass to Fareed.
Hey, get out of here.
And it's sent back by
No,
Aldridge.
no,
And so it
no.
looks like Denver will retain possession here. Martin's checked in for San Antonio. And Denver with a change here too. Barton is checked in. Here's Jokic.
Oh, come
A
on.
stupendous finish in
Don't let
traffic.
him do that to you, son. Sent there and
Well,
watched
Greg,
him.
we was talking about the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Mark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Here's Harris. A second chance effort. Barton kicks to Harris. His three-pointers off the mark. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Parker. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even
Make
better
him do what
finish.
it do, baby.
Kawhi Leonard with another great season last year earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anderson, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Mills.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Anderson's shot is off.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character, really the impact that he had on him and that entire Spurs team. Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Oh, that's one in for you anyway.
Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game. Mills passes to Diaw. 4 seconds left. Mills dishes to West. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That one is on Arthur.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's
the first quarter you already fouling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
That free throw missing. San Antonio making a switch here. Good on the second free throw. And so the first quarter is in the books. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Come on, Patty.
Mills and Manu at the guards. Aldridge out there with West. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out. Fortunately for me, I don't have it.
Pass to Simpson. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Good on the three-point shot.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
No, he's sitting over in the corner all by himself.
One-on-one here.
And they decide to pass it into a
And Gallinari kicks to Simpson. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, you know, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the most of it.
Ginobili the best. And Patrick Mills gets that.
Calm the fuck down, guys.
That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. And Denver also making a switch. Harris is checked in. Leonard with the steal. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses.
Are you guys in a heist?
He'll be shooting two.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one. Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. Took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
No, because CJ sent me a Snapchat.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Laverne looking for his first basket still in this one. Duncan brings the double team. And Harris wide open. He shoots.
I'm so fucking glad
that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Yeah. You gotta break it back. You need to back it out of me.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Denver shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
That's how it's going to be, huh?
Gallinari did get better and better over time.
Oh,
he
yeah.
improved. He started to get back to his former self near the end of the season.
Yeah, had that huge 47-point explosion towards the end of last season. And listen, he's still a young guy, and hopefully
he just lost the ball. He is
after his injury woes.
I'm changing the game plan a little bit.
Jokic passes to Laverne. Can't hit from in close.
Sorry, Laverne.
San Antonio leading. Parker kicks to Leonard.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on.
All I'm saying is that, like, one of you when you get drive me around
for Green.
I got no fucking.
The Nuggets also changing it up. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Laverne. Martin comes in for Gallinari. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Moutier. That's tipped.
So pussy ass little jump shot.
Kicks to Augustine.
Wonder why he got blocked.
And it's Barton atop the key.
Maybe I'm a nice guy. All right, I don't like stealing from people. I'm white. I'm white. All right.
He doesn't knock it down.
Aldridge. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
I'm like, well,
guys, this
I
game
don't know, 20, I
won't be
think.
close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still,
lucky
it only
rolls,
counts
is that how
for
we
2.
gonna live? Is that how you gonna live?
All.
Off of lucky rolls?
Here's Parker. .122 left from the first half of basketball. Right side
I went to my dad's and went to play golf, and then I went
from 3.
And
can't hit. Now Denver
play
basketball. The other way.
Get steal but don't. Love that even more.
To the middle.
Oh, that's come on. I didn't take the bait. I saw it. I jumped back.
Wow.
How about
dude, let me find you guys. Oh, there we go.
And the aggressive move too, Kevin.
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text
it was like,
or email,
yeah,
but he definitely threw that one down.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
It says send game invite disabled, show profile and invite to my squad.
Last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine, and this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
The ball directly at him instead of just taking it.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. The rebound by Anderson. Diaw dishes to Parker. Chandler with the block.
I was just doing little missions.
Leading the fast break. Feeds it to Chandler. There's the double team with Martin. Chandler, the pass to Nurkic. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul.
Dude, it's fucking Q, Zach. It's literally just Q.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. West kicks to Diaw. Now here's Mills, guarded by Harris. To the middle. Here's West. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. And the Spurs lead by 2. Good if it goes. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Spurs lead by 2.
What?
We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I forgot who I was playing with. Right, exactly. Right. That's exactly what it is. I can tell you why. It's those
Fuck off, Lester. I don't want to talk to your stupid ass.
Here we go now. The start of the third quarter. Welcoming you back in a closely
Stop
contested
fucking calling me, you fat sack of shit. Go outside and play some fucking sports.
Goddamn, tell them how you really feel.
There with him.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
So out there for the Nuggets right now.
Nope.
Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Boudier out there with Harris. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
They kick it out to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Tries again. The pass to drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy.
Get my 3 points, my dude.
Jakar Sampson's checked in for Denver.
Mine.
And guys, for the Nuggets, it seemed to come out of the blue for their players. They all felt fresh, but the press release would say they needed rest. So obviously a bit of miscommunication there.
Oh, that is completely the.
Fareed pulls it in.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
I know that in reference to your part of the game, it seems that way. In my reference, and in my perspective, that is garbage.
6 to shoot.
I respect the perspective, but I believe it's garbage.
Soft touch off the glass. He's got 8.
And, you know, back to the Nuggets and giving up a bit near the end of the season. Miscommunications like that can really bother a player. Still, it's a viable strategy. I don't know if it's viable, but it's a strategy that could pay dividends if executed the right way.
I can't make mine, you can't make it.
Now, here's Green.
Oh, my.
Here's Duncan. Back to Parker.
This is ridiculous.
They kick it out to Green. To the inside.
Are you?
Duncan can't hit.
Are you really kidding me right now?
Well, he won't miss
I
many
mean,
of
really
those,
and truly?
especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Gallinari with it. Leonard picks him up. Jokic passes to Fareed.
Oh, my God.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Tim Duncan can't turn around and make a 1-inch jumper or a layup. When Red Reed turns around, extends, and dunks all over. All right, I got you.
You know, Kenneth Fareed, named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago, took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
Bad button work.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Got a piece of it.
Man.
Chandler with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. That gives them the lead.
Right.
Barton's
I was waiting for it to come back to me. I was like,
guys,
what am
close
I doing?
one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes.
Come on.
Nobody taking control of them.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These
nice
sides match up really well.
Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
And here's Denver. They're on an 11-3 run. Chandler goes in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Spurs trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Now here's Chandler. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Barton. And the layup's good off the glass. Barton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Guys, this doesn't look like the same team defensively we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flat as day-old pop.
Now here's West. Outside, Ginobili. Second shot opportunity. Good on that shot.
If that fell out, I was going to get any quick.
He's cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from David West.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Mills dishes to Martin. It's Ginobili with the drive. That's good. 7 seconds left to play in the third. The shot by Chandler wide open. And his first shot of the game, no good. And we've reached the end of the third.
All right, we had a little lapse.
Nuggets ahead.
Down by 4.
And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. And Yusuf Nurkic, really a big, good-looking young prospect. He's the guy that took Mozgov's place in Denver.
Yeah, originally, Kevin, drafted by the Bulls at number 16, then traded to Denver, as you indicated. His sheer size alone, 7 feet, 280, makes him a force on the glass.
You want to play for N1?
Here's Green. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game. And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
You think so?
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
The drive by Green. Misses from close range. Kicks it out to Leonard. Duncan outside. He feeds it to Green. He dishes it to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Tries from 16. Some solid defense from Harris. Down low. Here's Moutier. Green with the block. They recover it. And Fareed kicks to Gallinari. Screen by Fareed. Here's Harris. Harris missing again. Spurs trail by 6. To the inside. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Green. 7 points for Aldridge.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Denver calls timeout. Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, what, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Lets it go from 11. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Hey, I've got one more note on the Nuggets and the road. I mean, when you shoot as poorly as they did, as you mentioned, you start to lose some confidence and second-guess things. It's a lot harder to fight through shooting slumps like that in somebody else's building, no doubt.
Here's Harris. Following the basket by Tim Duncan. Here's Gallinari. He kicks to Moutier. Back to Gallinari. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one. Looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
A different look for Denver. Kenneth Fareed's checked in for Gallinari. J.Gar Simpson comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Will Barton in for Gary Harris. Aldridge kicks to Duncan to tie it up. Denver grabs the miss.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Fareed the best. And Fareed throws it down.
Oh, you did that to him.
And the Nuggets lead by 4.
You know, earlier in the game, they had trouble getting on track, shooting a really poor percentage. They've overcome that now, and they look at a nice rhythm and flow. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Leonard attacking.
Like that.
It's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. The Spurs making a switch here. Mills is checked in. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter.
What the hell are you doing?
So the whistle blows.
Take the ball straight up. This dude is going to do some stupid ass. Oh, I hate this game.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nuggets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Now here's Fareed, and he goes in for the dunk.
Okay, animation shows that I got my hand on the ball.
That's
Why
a
won't they
pair of
just
teammates
stop it?
that are clearly on the same page.
And Mills kicks to Duncan. Duncan drawing the double team. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Oh my God, how is it not?
1:15 left to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, it was supposed to be my ball. That's why I don't understand what happened.
To Fareed. It's stolen by Green. Here's Leonard.
Oh, wow.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
I can't call it.
And 1:01 left in the fourth. Now here's Moutier. D right on him. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Gallinari, he's checked in for Jakar Sampson. Moutier kicks to Fareed. There's the dish to Barton. Hits it from three-point range. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
It's not going to get a sign on it.
Gallinari passes to Jokic. 11 feet away. And again, it's Denver.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Duncan.
Oh, man, sorry.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Moutier passes to Jokic. Green with the block. Here's Duncan. Offline. So the Nuggets win it. This was a very